Hello, welcome back. So it's day 11 for me here in quarantine, and I haven't really wanted to make like a quarantine vlog because I feel like that's been done to death, and I feel like everybody's just so sick of COVID-19 at this point. It's 2021. It's damn near 2022, so I don't want to do a quarantine vlog, but I will just tell you really briefly about what I got going on here in my quarantine, and then talk about electric vehicle. Real quick, one thing about electric vehicles in America that bothers me. All right, so let's do it. So my room is here in Shanghai, China. It's 400 RMB a night, which is like 60 bucks. I did have the option for 500 RMB a night, which would have included 3 meals that are basically a set lunch, set meal, rice and Chinese dish. That would have been 100 more, obviously 400 versus 500. I opted out of that. Instead, I'm just eating apples, and I had some blueberries, and I have instant noodles and instant rice, and that's what I'm eating, and oatmeal. So it's pretty boring in terms of my diet. I feel like I'm getting all bloated up eating all this salt and everything, but whatever, I'll be out of here in 4 more days. So let me show you my room. I have the smallest room in the hotel. It's 14 square meters. I have this really tiny sofa, and it's really way too short, so it's pretty horrible to sit on, which is bad on my back and bad on me trying to edit videos or make sweet content for you. There's my rice. There's my noodles. I don't have very many left. And all my apples over here. I have a lot of those left. 4 more days, I should be fine. 4 bags of oatmeal, about 8 apples, and instant noodle, instant rice. Here's my bathroom. Here's my front door, which I cannot leave open, do anything. Here's where I put my garbage. There's my toilet. And there's my bed. So right here is where I try to exercise. It's pretty horrible. And I do a little bit of walking like this. Every day I try to just walk back and forth. It's 4 steps, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn around. So yeah, I'm not getting a lot of steps in. And here's my bed. This is where I pretty much live my whole life for the past 11 days. I almost never leave this bed. I sleep a lot. And here's my one window. And I have something fun with the window that I'm working on. So look forward to that. Okay, so that's my quarantine vlog. So now let's talk about electric vehicles. First of all, I gotta say that I'm very glad that the infrastructure bill, or whatever it is now, has passed, and they're gonna be giving what, $1 billion or something ridiculous, 1.2 billion for EV infrastructure. Now, I was reading that it's still not gonna be enough to create the infrastructure that's needed based on projections for electric vehicle growth in the United States. I will say that as of now, in California at least, the infrastructure that I experienced in the last few months was quite good. I've seen a lot of horror stories on YouTube and online about a lot of chargers that don't work. But as far as my experience with Tesla chargers, usually every Tesla like supercharger station would have like 1 or 2 that were not working according to the app, but we never had to deal with that. There was always a charger available. So my biggest issue with the infrastructure in America as it stands right now is that every single charging station, except for one that I went to, didn't have a cover to cover people from rain or wind or sun. Obviously not the wind, but you know what I mean, the elements. In China, for example, I have seen a few that don't have a cover, but anything that's like state grid, like state-owned enterprise, electric company, they're all covered. They're all pretty standardized, and they're covered. And so when it rains, you don't get wet, obviously. When it's sunny, they're melting. So it really boggles my mind that in America we haven't figured this out. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the world, but we've had gas stations for a long time in America, right? And they're all covered. I haven't seen a gas station that's not covered in a long time. So we obviously understand the concept of, you got to get out of your car. Sometimes it's going to rain or snow or something, right? So it's really strange to me. So there was one Tesla supercharger station down in between my mom's hometown in San Luis Obispo, basically, like I think it was Firebaugh, where it had a massive station all covered, and I think there were solar panels on top too. So that was actually pretty cool. But with regards to the rest of everything I've seen, they're not covered. So that's one thing that hopefully this Build Back Better infrastructure plan does do, is build covers over these stations, even ones that are already built and then future ones, because I feel like that's really kind of mind-blowing that they don't cover them. But I don't know what you guys think. If you're an EV owner in America, does it bother you? Do you care? Sometimes I just feel like maybe I'm just too picky. I know people have commented before like, oh, your complaints are so like small or petty or something, and I'm like, yeah, but things could be better, you know? I don't want to like get real political here, but a lot of times I feel like in America especially, like if you criticize something about America, you're like, oh, this could be better. I've seen it better, whether it's in China or, you know, Australia or Europe or somewhere else where I've been in the world and experienced different things. I'm like, and not just limited to electric cars, but anything. I'm like, oh, I've been somewhere, I've lived somewhere where it's different and it's better. And Americans will be like, no, it's not better. America's the best. And I'm like, you know, I mean, I like America. America's my home. I feel like American exceptionalism really kind of hurts our ability to progress. Let me just say that. So we fail to like look outside our borders for things that could be better. You know, Peter Thiel, he's like a founder of PayPal, and I'm not his biggest fan, but you know, he's right in about some things that he talks about. Like in America, we have a lot of innovation. Like we can go from 0 to 1. We have companies that go from 0 to 1. They invent something, right? And he says that's a great way to get a monopoly on the market and all this stuff. It's a great way to make a lot of money, is to make something totally new, go from 0 to 1. But I feel like in China especially, they can go from 1 to 100, and you know, they can iterate on what other people do. They can copy it and improve it. And obviously, like putting up a cover over an EV charging station, that's not like rocket science. It's not really that big of a improvement, I guess, but just for, you know, ease of use and comfort, does America just not have the money to be able to install a DC fast charger and an awning? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So what I'm saying is, I hope that America's infrastructure improves. These 3 months in America have been the longest I've been in America in 10 years at least. And I just, it really hasn't changed that much. In some ways, it kind of pains me to see that like we can build something that's really great, and then other places will take that idea, that invention, and like build on top of it and make it so much better. And we're still stuck in the, yeah, but we did it first. Doing something first is awesome, but doing something better is better. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. That was just kind of random thought of the day. Being in a quarantine hotel that's 14 square meters and barely getting any light is not the best for like making me feel creative. Also, thanks to everybody who watched that last video about Neo and gave me really good feedback. So thanks to your feedback, I'll try to make more thoughtful kind of content, I guess, moving forward once I get out of this hotel, because it's brutal in here. You know when you're like exercising every day, going to the gym or running or whatever, and your mind just feels really fresh and clear? Well, it's the complete opposite when you're in a room with stagnant air, no sunlight. You can only walk back and forth 4 steps. Bye-bye. Thanks. Take it easy.